My name is Harper and I'm a leader at St. Patrick's College, Townsville. Throughout my 16 years of life, I've come to learn what it means to be a woman in leadership. I first became aware of what it means when I was 6 years old. I was playing handball in my grandma's driveway when she ran out to tell us that there would be a female Prime Minister. This was a moment of pure joy for my grandmother. But little did we know, the start of a career filled with struggle and sexism for our PM. Along with the rest of the nation, I witnessed the abasement and ridiculing of a Prime Minister of this country because of her gender. If I can remember this, if I was old enough to understand what was happening, then it is painfully clear that gender discrimination in leadership is still a huge issue. It is not something that's going to go away unless we decide to be the difference. Right from the beginning, Julia Gillard's efforts in politics were overshadowed by the media's need to talk about, you guessed it, her wardrobe. In an interview with the ABC in 2018, she stated, "You'd be talking about our strategy for fighting a war in Afghanistan, and people would be commenting on what jacket you were wearing." I think we can all agree that this is ridiculous. In fact, Gillard had been so heavily critiqued on her clothes throughout her time as Prime Minister that she chose to not have her outfit showing in her official portrait. Unsurprisingly, I'm yet to see an interview about any male politicians and their sartorial elegance, or lack thereof. We don't see anyone bothering to critique them if they wear the same suit a few times. Women deserve more than a wardrobe critique when they're busy changing the world and making a difference. On the other side of the political aisle, Julie Bishop criticized the gender deafness in Parliament. In 2018, she stated, "If you're the only female voice in the room, they just don't seem to hear you." Imagine how much more these women could have contributed to our nation if they were respected regardless of their gender. Our leaders represent us and the societal beliefs and practices of our nation. So when we see Julia Gillard and Julie Bishop being treated poorly at a political level, it gives the public license to treat women in leadership everywhere poorly. It results in an attitude that leaves all women from all walks of life feeling as though they're inferior leaders. This attitude even extends to girls as young as 5, who feel as though they are less capable than their male friends. In an interview conducted by the New York magazine, children were asked what it means to be a boy compared to a girl. Their overwhelming response was that boys are strong and tough, whereas girls play with dolls and dresses. If 5-year-olds are being taught to think in ways that impact the future roles they take on and how they perceive themselves, then clearly a change needs to be made to ensure that the next generation of girls feel empowered to take on leadership positions in the future. As Marian Wright Edelman, former president of the Children's Defense Fund, put it, "You can't be what you can't see." The world is in desperate need of female leadership. Feminine traits are fundamental in making a successful leader. The Harvard Business Review published an article that showed female leaders take more initiative, have more resilience, motivate others, and champion change more effectively. Yes, being a strong female leader is an enormous challenge, but the scrutiny we have faced must not define our true strength. Women are bold, strong, and courageous. Tenacious figures such as Julia Gillard are already paving the way for the women of the future. To mark International Women's Day this year, I ask one thing of you. If and when opportunities arise, I urge you to grasp the hand of the woman beside you. Lift each other up. Our trail to equality must be pursued with dedication, or it will simply disappear. Ladies, we are up to the task. Let us be the difference.